This video is now in session, and we're going to do something different today. We normally do informative videos that talk about the issues in America. That said, today we're going to play a game provided by the New York Times. This is a political game where, based on what you are given with your surroundings, with images from Google Maps, Google Street View, the New York Times has figured out if this votes Republican or Democratic based on its precinct, and from there we have to guess if this area voted for Trump or for Biden in the 2020 election. So starting off here, this looks something very much like the suburbs. Also, please do not, I'm gonna just say this to ensure myself from any criticism. Please do not take my stereotypes as offensive. I'm trying to win a game here and trying to get the most amount of scores, so I may unfairly stereotype in communities, and before I do that, I would like to say I do not endorse my own stereotyping, but there's not really much. Without stereotyping, there's really no way to accurately say if a community voted for Biden or for Trump. So I'm obviously gonna say, for example, like if I see trucks or RVs, then I'm gonna say they're more likely to be Republican, especially if there are a lot of trucks. In this image, there are a lot of trucks here. 1, 2, 3, and then there are a few more over there. That said, if this is Texas, I could definitely be wrong, because Texas is very weird, and I've played this game before, and the ones that I've gotten the most wrong in, they've been in Texas, and I'll explain why later if I get something incorrect from Texas. I'd say this is Trump, and I'm wrong. Even with the amount of trucks there are, it's Democratic. Okay. Here I'd say this seems something like also Trump. Yeah, Goose Creek, South Carolina. Definitely a Trump with the rural place. This one seems more like Brooklyn or Rochester. They're both in New York. This one is definitely Trump. Greenview, Illinois with that farm. Here, this seems something definitely like as if it came from Texas. But I'm gonna say Biden. Okay, I should have looked at that truck. I don't know why I didn't. So I got 4 out of 6. This one definitely seems like Trump with Troy, Ohio. New community here. This definitely seems something similar to Texas. I'm going to say Biden. Yes, Socorro, Texas, near El Paso. If you see home building in the desert, it's either Arizona or Texas. It's usually more of the times Texas rather than Arizona. If it was to be in Arizona, though, it's most likely from the Phoenix area. Both of those states and communities are growing very large by the year, and that's why you see a lot of places being built in Texas and a lot of new homes. Only 29% of viewers got that right, and that makes sense because Texas is weird. A lot usually if you see trucks, it's more likely to be Republican, but all of that goes out of the window in Texas because Democrats also have a lot of Democrats also have trucks in Texas, and Republicans and Democrats are equally likely to live in very wealthy neighborhoods and as well as affluent suburbs. So it's hard to determine. This one I'd say more likely to. This seems something like Texas again. Okay, Kansas. Okay, not that far from Texas. Here I'd say rural Trump. 93% of readers got that right. This seems something out of Brooklyn or Buffalo again from New York. Oh no, is this Miami? If this is Miami, this is also a hard one because I can't see any clues from here, but I see palm trees and I see cloudiness, which leads me to believe this is Miami. That said, it's hard to determine because Miami is very weird, like Texas, where there are parts that vote Democratic and parts that vote Republican. Like if you go to Little Havana, if you go to areas with high Cuban American concentration, they're more likely to be Republican. That said, if you go to a place like Miami Beach, it's more likely to be Democratic. I'd say here Biden, but I could be wrong. This is not Miami. Well, really, they had to upload an image when it was very cloudy. Are you kidding me? Los Angeles gets so few clouds. Why? anyway, at least I guessed it right. Here, there seems to be a lot of hills, so it seems more like Trump country, and that is right. If you see hills, it's more likely to be Trump. Here, this area doesn't seem developed. That said, it could be Biden, but I'd say Trump. Yeah, it could be Biden. Here, I'd say more likely to be Trump. Cincinnati, Biden. Yeah, Hawthorne, California. Ooh, this one's actually a little bit harder, but I'd say Biden. Blaine, Minnesota. This one could. Oh no, is this like Texas again? Move-in and storage. This definitely seems like Texas. Yeah. I do have a gift though where it's not a necessary gift. In fact, it's probably a useless gift. Of like of figuring out if a place is from Texas or not. It just Texas has like such a unique vibe. That it's very easy to recognize for me if it's from Texas or from other states. Here, I'd say Republican. Okay. Well, I was wrong. This does not seem democratic. See, only 28% actually got this right. Alright. Here I'd say Trump. Why is this a taxi? That's a New York license plate. Actually, this could be Biden. Okay. Well, I got it wrong. This one is almost definitely Trump. Why there's just like a truck out of nowhere. Vero Beach, Florida. I want to keep going because I got a lot wrong. This one seems like Biden country. Well, I mean, okay, I shouldn't be surprised. There are parts of Brooklyn that vote Republican, and yeah, being from the New York area, there's a lot of parts in Brooklyn that vote more Republican, and this isn't communities that have a lot of Orthodox Jews or have like communities that definitely seems like an Orthodox Jewish community. Again, this could be stereotyping again because I just see like black hats and black coats. I only see 2 people having it, but I'm sorry if I'm sorry if I'm stereotyping. I just have to win this game. But I lost this question anyway. So yeah, so Brooklyn, parts of it vote Republican, but more of them are likely to vote Democratic. Here I see that someone requested that their house not be filmed by Google. I'd say Biden country, but it could definitely be Trump with the hills, and I was wrong. Here I'd more likely say Biden. Here I would say Trump. Yeah, Cuba City, Florida. Here I'd also say Trump. Oh, Andrews, South Carolina, 8 points. Yeah, the reason why I say Trump is because the roads aren't that well maintained here. Again, this is just useless stereotyping because a lot of Democratic places have terrible votes, just like Republicans. But those terrible votes are more likely to be from highways rather than from local roads. Meanwhile, for Republicans, it's more likely to be from local roads rather than highways. Yeah, also, like, the houses are just, like, very far apart from each other, which makes me seem like this is more of a Republican place. Here, same place, same thing. Not that good of a road. Houses pretty far away from one end to the other end. Yeah. I was about to say that it could be from Texas. This one, I'd say, with the amount of trucks there are, it seems like Trump country. Yeah, St. Augustine, Florida. And then here, I'd also say Trump mainly because of the under-maintained roads right here. 61% got it right, so a lot of times readers are pretty good at guessing. Here I'd say with these kinds of townhouses, these are either townhouses or they're like mansions. I don't know, so yeah, I think they're mansions. Ooh, this one's gonna be a little bit harder. This seems like California with the palm trees, but it also could seem like Arizona. That said, I don't think Arizona has as many palm trees. I'll say Biden. Yeah, Desert Hot Springs in California. And this place definitely seems more like Trump. Kirkland. Okay, at least they have good. At least they have Costco. That's what makes them good. Here I'd say Trump. Nope, I was wrong. See, this is an example of how stereotyping may go wrong. Even though the local votes are bad, it's not Republican, it's Democratic. I'll do a few more questions. This one, why do they, this is like a neighborhood. Why would they have a 4-lane road? Really? Anyway, I'd say, this one's also hard. I'd say Biden. Yeah, what, not, okay, well, it shouldn't have been so hard. 94 points. Yeah, this, only 47% got it right, though. This one I'd say Biden. Yeah, Charlotte, North Carolina. That definitely makes sense. This one I'd also say Biden with the trees. San Jose. San Jose is a great place. This one I could see this being Trump country. I'll say Trump. No, again, it seems so Texas-like. It seems so much like Texas. Just because of how like the houses are built, and also just the environment. The environment makes it seem like it's so humid and also so new, I'd say, because Texas has a lot of new communities, and that just shows how fast that they're growing. This video has just turned from me playing a game to me raving about Texas. Like, I want to go to Texas someday. I know the culture is very different from the New York area where I'm currently at, but Texas, I love barbecue. I love Southern food. That just makes me want to go to Texas. Also, Texas is thriving. It's growing. It has good houses, and they're new. That's what makes me like about Texas. Biden. Yeah, Quincy, Massachusetts. Here, I'd say also Biden, but I could be wrong. Fresh Meadows. I mean, I could be wrong about every kind of questions. I'm just giving myself more insurance. This one seems like Trump country with the hills, the trucks, and as well as the RVs. Yeah, the RV right there. Okay, well, at least only 24% of people got that right. This one, I'd say Biden country mainly because it seems like the suburbs and there's also trees. I should have known this is Staten Island. Staten Island has the worst people I've ever I've ever seen, I've ever witnessed. And I'm saying that objectively. That's not based on my opinion. That's a fact. Even though it seems like an opinion, it's a fact. Staten Island people are just, gosh. Anyway, I'm not saying that Republicans are bad, because I'm saying specifically Staten Island. I'm not commenting on like Republicans here, but Staten Island is like a Democratic suburb full of Republican individuals, but like Republican individuals who are incredibly bad. In terms of their personality. Well, you know, by saying that, that gives me no chance of actually going into Staten Island and being liked by people there. Here I'd say Trump country with all the hills, Jopa, Maryland. Here I'd also say Trump with the trucks and as well as the distance between the houses. This is this is what I'm talking about, the unique things with Texas. Texas, like, there's so many Republican there could be so many Republican elements, but it could end up Democratic. And the inverse is also true. There could be so many Democratic elements, especially in the suburbs, but ultimately votes Republican. And as you can see, there more people said that Biden was won that area than Trump. Here, I'd say no. I just looked at that truck. I have to think more about this. Biden. Again, Texas. It's gosh. Okay. Yeah, Texas is just throwing me off, even though I like Texas. This one I'd say Biden. Okay. Pompton Plains. I mean, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So this will be the final one. I think Biden. Actually, that was too easy. Let me do one more. This one I'd say Biden country. It could be Trump. Alright, that's the end of this video. This video is now adjourned. I hope you enjoyed this kind of video of me doing a gameplay. This isn't really a game, but I mean, it kind of is. So I got 30 out of 47 correct. That's not really a good margin, but anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. This video is now adjourned, and I'll see you in the next one.